As I said, the two national anthems now are done and won, and there'll be, I think, the New Zealanders will get together for the haka, Noel.
Absolutely. G'day, Brian.
Welcome.
Good to catch up again. It's been a busy day, hasn't it?
It certainly has, running here, there and everywhere, and looking forward to seeing what this haka. This will be an interesting, if all about New Zealand.
The Hawks and the Chiefs having a bit of a battle here, and I'm with you. This is going to be absolutely fantastic. I'm really looking forward to just seeing how they do line up here.
Yes.
So far as height, size, all the rest is concerned, because it should be a really competitive game. I know the Nauru Chiefs have been very competitive in previous years.
Yes.
And, of course, the New Zealand Hawks, have a look through. South Melbourne Swans, Oakley District, Uni Blues, Saints, Sandringham, Zebras, you name it. So the Hawks, the New Zealand mob, have got a few Aussie rules players in there already.
Yeah, they certainly do, and a lot of them live in Australia and play a national game.
I noticed also I've been told to watch out for the Nauru Chiefs side, Darnell Dima, an 18-year-old. I think they prefer to use the surnames, the Nauru side, so we'll just go with Dima. Dima is an 18-year-old, but apparently a bit of an excitement machine. And also to watch out for, what's his name? DePawn, the captain, number 15, Trent DePawn. The captain. So
Andy, as the haka finishes, that was interesting.
Oh, absolutely. I've not seen it live before.
No, I haven't seen that done live as well. As both sides now just mingle around. Umpires blowing the whistles now, looking for a couple of captains, I think, to toss the coin.
Absolutely.
The New Zealand side, you think just from across the ditch, they'd be a little afraid with the AFL.
Absolutely, and watching them warm up, they are exactly that. They're doing lots of little things, like I'm sure that they'll go with the run and spread and perhaps utilise a huddle a little bit. But Division 1 is very, very competitive now. I've been doing a couple of Div 2 games, and it's a little different in the Div 2 in so much as that it's a lot of crash and bash. I'm expecting a lot more even contest here. Now, interestingly, Brian, just to make it easy for us, both sides, wearing black.
Yeah, very much so. Although there is the silver on the top of the of the New Zealand side, and a little bit of yellow in the Nauru side. But both sides taking position.
Was Paul Hudson still involved in the Hawks? I'm not
not too sure now. He was. Someone did say that he was mixed up with the Hawks this afternoon and doing a bit with them. So it'll be interesting to see how the New Zealand Hawks, they probably have some structures well in place. Noel, we're about to start this first quarter, the final round one game here this afternoon. Take us through the first quarter.
Absolutely, and the New Zealand Hawks get the first possession out of the centre of the ground, or do they? No, they don't. There's a high tackle. It's going away of the New Zealand boys, and look at the combination already out of the back half as they get going through Howison. Howison unloads to centre half forward. Miller plays. Look at the leg speed, though. Clearance coming forward quickly out of the middle by Hick. Hick has the footy. His kick indiscriminate and taken away by the Chiefs.
The Chiefs come out wide, come to the grandstand side, standing underneath. Oh, good strong mark, though, taken there by Howison. He's been in the early action. He looks to go deep into attack. He looks short, looks for the big... Oh, big mark. And what a specky, taken about 25, 30 metres out directly in front. And the young man there, Barclay Miller.
Saints man, he's St Kilda Saints man, and he's taken the kick. The kick, by the way, was from the captain, so you'd have to get on the end of it.
Magnificent kick as he comes in, lines up. Not far out, directly in front. Nothing to put it straight through over the umpire's hat. And that is the first to the New Zealand Hawks this afternoon. And Barclay Miller gets his first for the game.
What did that take? 22 seconds, if that? Unbelievably
they were quick out of the middle, weren't they?
Oh, yeah, and well skilled, because they did play up and down the corridor, Brian, which is, I think, going to be a facet of this game.
Well, you would think so. They look like they got some really quick structures. They throw it out and get it up and move it quickly and get it inside that forward 50. And the big fella Miller looks like he might be a big target.
Oh, yeah, he should be. Ruck work takes underway, and again it comes out the back for the Hawks. Howison, the captain, in the middle of things again. Brian just mentioned has been going about 20 seconds. He's had 2 or 3 opportunities to gain the Hawks. Scooted out the back. Have a look at the drill work. It comes out to Howison. Howison busy. Gets a lovely little kick. He dropped the eyes, which is what you need to do, and look for the delivery. They go forward. That's the Hawks. They drill it in. The big attempt was on again. Not forthcoming. The whistle on play. Shane Leet will be the recipient of the free kick. And Leet to line up for the New Zealand Hawks' second goal, Brian.
Well, they just, once again, Howison up the back. He stands out, waits for it, delivers the ball well, and they move it in. Barclay Miller up again, high. Couldn't take the mark, but Leet front and square.
Leet, Shane, wearing the number 1 from the Waitaki Magpies. Very deliberate in his build-up. He's going to kick, drop punt. Left footer, we'll watch for that later on. Right across the face of goal. Certainly not what he or his teammates, or in fact the coaching fraternity, would have been looking for. It's gone over the line and out of bounds. Deep left forward pocket. Boundary umpire is going to do the Glenn Stewart thing. Archie's back and throw the ball in.
He will deep into attack again. The Chiefs, New Zealand, up and under. No one got a real tap down. Ball at ground level. Miller tried to bang it out of the pack. Didn't get a boot to ball. Eventually it went to ground level. No one could get their hands on it. And again, the umpire crosses the arms, Noel, and says, give it to me and I'll ball it up. 15 metres out. Directly in front of the New Zealand goal. No one gets a tap again. Went to ground level. Ball in dispute. No one can pick it up. A little flick out. Now the Chiefs. They move it. Good smother, though. Coming there from the man in Hick. But they're able to work it out, the Chiefs. Working it hard. Look, well done. Turnover coming back there from Christensen for New Zealand. Now couldn't get a handball. Put anyone on the end of it. It came back towards the middle of the ground. Trying to bust through there was Beattie. Couldn't get through. Umpire said, give it to me. And I'll ball it up on right on about 52 metres out from the New Zealand Hawks goal.
Chiefs trying to do a little bit of crash and bash, but not working at the moment as the big fella in the ruck, Ty Smith. Lovely little palm over the back. Gets his teammate the ball, but he's grabbed very, very quickly. And the Chiefs, I think they're going to be hard tacklers, the Nauru Chiefs. They're hard at it. Have a look at him again. Up very, very high there, big Ty Smith. Flicks the ball. He's got a magnificent Jeep. Would have been a... jump. He would have been a high jumper at school, I'm sure. The kick by the Chiefs down toward the centre wing area. Good attempt at mark, but again in underneath quickly. The New Zealand Hawks have got it on the outer side, looking for a link up, not forthcoming. Over the line and out of bounds. And already we are a couple of goals. No, we're 1 goal for the New Zealand Hawks as they move the ball around.
They centre wing. Ball thrown back in. Standing underneath it is the ruckman, but bursting through the Chiefs, bang it on the boot and put it inside forward 50. That was Diplone. He got it towards the top of the square. Now under a bit of pressure, the defence of the Hawks. They can't get it out. It came out, but it's going to come back in. No bouncing ball. Went straight over the top of Wabu and couldn't get a handle on it. Banged it on the boot. Again, it comes inside forward 50. New Zealand just flick it around with a couple of handballs. They're going to be able to work it out. It comes up there with Falemo. He's able to just run back, puts it straight across the face of his defensive goal to Boyce, who bangs it out and hits centre wing.
Yeah, there was a young fella, the 18-year-old, that had the footy across half-back, Familio. The ball in contest here between centre and centre half forward. Crashed. The attempt there was on by the New Zealand player in Christensen. Couldn't find the footy, but have a look at Nauru. They are not to be done with here. The ball really, really hot in underneath the umpire. No choice but to call for the ball up. It's a little bit uphill here for the Nauru Chiefs, and I mean that when you look geographically, it is uphill, Brian.
It is looking very much uphill. Good big tap down there by the ruckman in Ty Smith.
Yeah.
He put, a teammate on the end of it, but he was quickly tackled. And coming up off the ground there was Howison.
Got the footy.
And it's going to be a free kick. It's going to be against Howison, who didn't get it out. Nauru now, they go deep into attack. Big long kick, one-on-one contest. Oh, good strong mark. Well, they stood his ground there and took a really strong mark across half back. And a nice little kick to Howison again. He's, he has been in plenty of it. He comes out wide, one-on-one, can't take the mark, ball at ground level. Trying to break out there was Harris, couldn't get it. Little tap along the ground, tried to put the young man there and Moses on the end of it, but it's going to be a free kick and it's going to come back to the middle of the ground, is it?
Free kick
here. It's going to be, yes, and I think it's going to be the man there, Moses.
Moses on the right forward flank, just waiting for a moving option. A lot of hands in the air, but not many movement. The kick is long, deep. It's over the back. The big thump away, though, in defence there comes away of Suku for the New Zealand Hawks. He gets it out wide, looking for and maybe finding a teammate there in Baker Thomas.
Now over the line.
Over the line and out of bounds. It was a good piece of play because he probably picked up 15 to 20 metres in yardage. to push the ball wide, gets it out of the attacking zone, just puts a little bit of pressure now on Nauru Chiefs to bring it back. They're going to have to take a kick or two to square it and to have a shot on goal. Boundary umpire has the footy, throws it over his shoulder, big. Look at the leap again. Gee, he's got a leap on him, hasn't he, Ty Smith? The kick by the running players for the New Zealand side, not all that good. Bounced in front of their teammates down, outer side centre wing, bathed in sunshine, unlike it was earlier in the day where it was pouring rain. Melbourne, a city for all seasons in one day. The ruck work, well, I tell you what, there's a terrible kick by Smith. He's maybe in the side for his ruck work. Look at the coach, the captain, lace out down the ground and go straight to Clink.
Clink goes to the right, to the centre of the ground, got over the back. They've got the numbers. Who can go on? Dixon was there. He picks it up, got the handball out wide. He ended up with it. Now come back in. Oh, that's fropping the ball. It's going to be a free kick, and it will go to the Chiefs there in Grundler. Yep, he goes long, goes to the wing, far side. Oh, good work by the big man coming flying across there in Kursell, and punched it out and went over the line, and there'll be a throw-in on centre wing here at the Oval at this stage, and it's a 1-goal lead to the New Zealand Hawks. They have kicked one straight. Nauru yet to score.
Free-flowing game too, which is terrific for the big crowd too. They've got a lot of people here to watch. It's been a terrific viewing venue. 3 grounds, and we're in the middle ground at the moment. The ball up for grabs, and both sides in hard at it, and they do exactly that. They just grab it. The umpire says, "Give it to me, boys." We'll throw the ball up. Now we have a look back. The Chiefs trying to set up a player or two behind. The New Zealand boys using the ruck work cleverly. Quick hands, lightning hands. Combination, the old 1-2, and it's back on. Oh, just missed the target. They were out and gone if they'd been able to find the handle on the footy. Weren't able to. Free kick going the way of the Nauru Chiefs. Solid in defence, really strong. They're just falling down across midfield and half forward. Let's see what they try and do, Brian.
Just can't hit a target. This is the target they haven't been able to hit, Noel, coming from half back. They go long, right down the ground. Ooh. But again, standing under it, the defence of the New Zealand Hawks has been really good. And again, they chip it in to this man, Howison, who's, he has had a packet of it early in this first quarter. He goes long, drives it inside towards forward 50, got over the back, roving the ball was the big man there, was Adang. He was able to run on for the New Zealand, Nauru Chiefs, forced it towards the line and over the line out of bounds, and there'll be a throw-in about half forward for the New Zealand Hawks here, and be looking to try and get an extra goal right this stage, Noel.
The ruckman comes screaming.
He's very quick too.
He got down the ground from half back to half forward to do the ruck work and missed it completely. So it leaves them short-handed in the back end. The defence standing strong here for the Nauru Chiefs. They just have to get the handle on the ball quickly. Can they do it? No, that comes back out to the man who's an absolute ball magnet at the moment.
He's going to have an injection.
Howison, he will have to have a fair income rest for the ball poisoning. The ball loose. Over the back comes Christensen. Christensen shot on goal.
Out in the full.
Out on the full.
build up, but it was
no pressure.
No pressure.
And the ruckman is coming off. He needed to. Oh, have a look at the size of the man coming to replace him, if you don't mind.
Peter Halstead. Yep, he's just as big as they make a few interchanges here on the sidelines. The Hawks.
Jeremiah for the Nauru Chiefs has the ball in the back pocket, Brian.
He does. He chips it out wide. Oh, taken without the ball. Should be a free kick, and it will be. And it will be a free kick to Fritz for the Nauru Chiefs. Still only 35, 40 metres out. He'll just want to go long, put it up in the air, let someone jump up and take a mark. No one can. Front and square, the Chiefs. Well, the Hawks were there, couldn't quite get it back to a teammate. A little tap underneath from the big fella there who, when Halstead couldn't get it out to a teammate. Now they're working around. Big crunching tackle. Ball got spilt, cleared. Oh, Howison again gets it on the left boot, gets it around the corner, but a good mark is taken there by Horam, who takes it and goes straight across the face of his defensive goal.
Tell you what, Jackson Clink for the Hawks felt the full force of a Nauru Chiefs tackle early on.
He certainly did.
He got up, and I think he's coming off for a spell. He was winded. It was a terrific whack. The ball on the outer side. Nauru Chiefs have the footy. This has been their Achilles heel thus far. They can get it to there. They get it to centre. Wing, a big loop. But the big fella stands in front for New Zealand Hawks. He's come inboard to guess who. Say no more. We'll just call him that, I think. Guess who from here on in. Because Howison is having that much of the footy. I love his disposal too. Prepared to bring a teammate in. He does too. Gets it across quickly to Tippendini Thomas, who unloads Brian to full forward.
Through from
minus score. 1 goal, 1 New Zealand. Nauru yet to trouble Brian and the scorekeepers.
They kick quickly in, the Nauru Chiefs. They get it out to half back, but it's been turned over again. Running on and picking it up was Dixon. He can't quite get it. Oh, Howison bangs it on the boot. Top of the square. Oh, taking the mark and playing on there was Brendan Clark. And that's another goal to the New Zealand Hawks. They end up going to 2 goals, 1-13. Nauru yet to score, and that was a very, very nice mark and play on.
It was well structured too, really well set up. You can almost see it was going to evolve, or was happening as the New Zealand Hawks bring a couple of players off. I think the Nauru Chiefs will be delighted to see Howison having a bit of a spell, and the other bloke, Jackson Clink, who was on the end of that really heavy tackle. He's in the hands of the trainers right here in front of us, Brian. It was a massive crunch.
It was a massive crunch as the umpires get the ball back in the middle of the ground. New Zealand well on top here at the moment, just not allowing the Chiefs to get it past their half-forward line. And Halstead is going to get the free kick. No, he can't play on there. It's going to go to New Zealand. It's not to the ruckman. It will be to the New Zealand player. It comes out wide and just chips it out there and finds tipping in Thomas. He goes deep inside again. Oh yeah. Good mark. No, it wasn't taken. Play on. Got caught. Had to get the handball away. Did that. Did work. Worked it hard to Grundler. He got it out wide. Now they're just mucking around with it. Now the Chiefs bending over. It has to be in the back. And Wanabrew would be Wade Brew would be taking the free kick for Nauru on half back.
Just trying to be a little bit cute down there,
yeah,
I think.
Too many handballs.
Yeah, just get the ball forward. It's a really basic game if you can get the game plan right. Nauru, here we go. They've delivered it toward the outer side. A chance for them. Grundler it was, who kicked it out into the sun. That gives the spectators something to cheer about. Little Shepherd. Now the ball's gone over the line and out of bounds. It's almost like the B team have come on for the Hawks because Ty Smith is off. The Howison is off. Clinky is off, etc. But the boys that have come back on are doing a really good job. The big fella in the ruck here being one of them, Halstead pushes the ball forward. Again, the set-up play at the back there. Brian, they're using that back door beautifully, aren't they? Just setting up nicely out the back door.
Hick got it out the back door. Now they move it down the ground, taking it and running. There was McKenzie for the New Zealand side. Put it into the big fella in Miller. He went long to the top of the square. Who's going to get it? Bouncing ball. It did bounce back. Picking it up was the man there, and Clark banging it around the corner. He got it to a teammate. He played on quickly. Banged it on the boot. Did he put it through?
Oh, don't tell me.
I think he might have. He has. And that was Gregson who kicked the goal. And that's another one to New Zealand. They go to 3-1-19. They lead Nauru, yet to score. And, they are really just well on top.
I tell you what, he'll be telling his mates about that one later on,
That was
Brian.
a big snap. He played on. I thought he got himself into trouble, Noel.
Oh, he did. He did. Blind turned into trouble, but was able to get around and spin out. I tell you what, a player that's impressing me. And he's gone all the way back to centre-half back here as Gregson.
Yep.
So he's doing a lot of running, and that's the thing they're prepared to do, the New Zealand Hawks. Just that flow on, play on at all costs situation.
They got that half-back line set up pretty well, haven't they? They haven't allowed it past there very many times.
Out of the ruck work again, the palm down comes beautifully. This guy's been right into it too, McKenzie. Sam with it, 40 at centre half, calling for the lead forward. Let's have a look at this. Off the left boot, catches a lot of people off guard, and he does exactly that. The handball, no, not quite where it needed to be for the Hawks. Tiffany Thomas sees the ball over the line and out of bounds. Now again, the structure was right from the centre, the clearance, the mark, bang, one grab, gone.
Well, they move it quickly, don't they? And that's the danger at the moment for the Chiefs. They just can't combat that quick inside 50 entry and can't get numbers in there to defend. So it has been very hard. Ball thrown back in. Good work there by the big fella and Brendan Clark. Punched it towards the boundary line, but the Chiefs cut it off, or taking the mark, or not quite taking the mark there was Harris. Should have taken it. They force it back in, turnover. Hick gets it for New Zealand. Goes back to the big man there who bangs it on the boot, and Baker Thomas. He put it out wide, come off the side, bouncing ball. Good hard collision just inside the line. Forces it over out of bounds for a throw in right on the arc of 50.
Just shows how much carry those big fellas are getting on the footy, Brian. That went at probably 65 metres in territory. It went the wrong direction slightly, but again, the Hawks are able to set up behind the play. They've got 2 or 3 bigs sitting off. If the ball comes out from a squirt, they've got it, but it doesn't from the ruck work. Big, long shot at goal. Players getting back from both sides. As he called it, he's called it off the boot. Yes, it's through for a major, and the big bloke in the middle of the ground loves it. Can he turn the volume down on those boots for us, Brian? They're pretty bright, the big bloke.
Halstead?
And I think it was,
Was it Halstead,
I think it might have been Cusell, wasn't it?
Oh, it might have been, yeah.
Yeah, James Cusell, number 55 on his back.
Yep.
He also heading towards the half-back line.
Yeah, he's, again, another guy, another one from the half-back line that just, that's where they're mounting their attack from. And, well, the Chiefs have just been, in Nauru, have been in so much trouble. They haven't been able to, penetrate past there and then allowed their opponents to run off there and create up the ground. Halstead up in the ruck takes it, but there's the quarter time saw, and here at the the final round one game of the afternoon in the International Cup, and we see New Zealand 3-1-19 leading Nauru yet to score. We'll be back with all the second quarter action right after the break.
Righto, you're on.
Quarter time here in the big game between New Zealand and the Nauru, and it is a 19-point lead to the New Zealand Hawks. And no, they were very, very good, the Hawks, in that first quarter.
Absolutely, and that 19-point lead, by the way, Brian, is 3 goals, 1-0, and I think that's pretty much indicative of the way the game has gone. The Chiefs, we've mentioned it a couple of times already, just struggling to get past that centre-half forward area. The defence for the New Zealand Hawks, not only solid, but attacking, and I think that's just finding the Chiefs off balance a little bit, because the way the New Zealand boys are running the footy, just trying to second-guess it a little bit, the Chiefs. Let's see how we go this second quarter.
Well, you think they'd want to set up a little bit more defensively, and they've got to try and get the Chiefs have got to get it past their half-forward line. That's where they haven't been able to do. The defence has been really top-notch for the New Zealand Hawks. Noel, we're about to get underway for this second quarter. Take us through all the action here in the International Cup, Nauru versus New Zealand.
Well, they got the big fella, the high-leaping Ty Smith, back in the ruck. The ball goes down toward the ground. The lovely hands out. Comes the way of New Zealand. New Zealand deliver the ball down. A lace out. No, not able to get on the end of it. The ball close to. Now they want to get it attacking. Give the hand. Give the kick. Don't mess around here, Nauru. You're going to be under enough pressure as it is. And there's what happens. The turnover occurs. The ball is in dispute. And again, the New Zealand Hawks have the opportunity to go forward, which they do quickly through Clinky.
Clinky kicked it long, kicked it wide though, and through for another minor score to the Hawks. And New Zealand now go to 3-2, 20. They lead Nauru yet to score. And just keep an eye on the big man there that's down. It's Barclay Miller, I think, as they Nauru side bring it in quickly. They go down the far side. They kick it up and under. Good contest up there in Daimia. He was up and over the top of the pack, but couldn't take the mark. Came off the young man there over the line, out of bounds for a throw-in. Noel?
Top one in the solar plexus. We shall call that, Brian.
Just a wincing a little bit for a little bit of breath.
Affirmative.
Ty Smith up in the tack, knocks it down. Couldn't put Hewison on the end of it, and Howison, I should say. And the ball went underneath. Umpire said, give it to me and I'll ball it up.
He's staying on, so he's going to the forward pocket. He's definitely right. The ruckman, well, nobody touched it. The ball's hit the ground. It's up there for grabs, whoever wants it. And at the moment, it is the Hawks who want it the most.
Too much.
High tackle is going the way of it. Now have to come back. Oh, no, he's played advantage forward of the free kick. The shot on goal, if you do not mind, has gone straight through the middle, Brian. And just the New Zealand boys deliriously happy with that one.
Hicks,
I would have thought it had to come back, but there you are. Benjamin Hick. Congratulations. 180-77, Uni Blues player. Might have played a little bit of footy here. Brings up another major for the Hawks.
Uni Blues is telling the story that he's playing some amateur footy over here in Australia, and looked like it when he took off there and kicked that goal. 4-2-26 now, New Zealand. Nauru yet to score. They are dominating this game so far, just a couple of minutes into this second quarter. Ball thrown back up. Oh, Smith was up there. Can't get on the end of it. Running hard, trying to burst through. There was Beattie. He couldn't get a handle on it. Ball a little kick out now. Hicks gave it off to his teammate there in Christensen. He banged it on the boot, got it forward. Oh, Miller got it over the back. Now what can he do? Runs away from goal, looks back, he tries to pinpoint the pass, can't hit anybody. Ball in dispute now. Oh, should be a free kick, and it will be, and it'll go to Nauru deep in the back pocket, and they'll play on quickly. Oh, smothered off the pack. Had to go back and pick it up, and again, it was Wayabdu. He gave it off to a teammate there, went back to New Zealand. Running in was Clink, and he kicked the goal, and that's another goal to New Zealand. They get their fifth, and Clink gets his first. They go to 5-2, 32. Nauru yet to score, though.
Oh, absolutely. And this is a domination from centre forward. Basically, ruck work happens. The ball goes down to the half-forward line. If the half-forward line don't kick a goal, the half-back line stream down and kick a goal. Plenty of rotations happening here for the New Zealand Hawks. Robbie Malone, the coach, doing the right thing, switching players, giving them plenty of advice when they're coming off, and giving everybody a bit of a roll through in the forward line. Brian.
Ball back in the middle and out of the pack. No one could get hold of it. Still in dispute. Nauru flick it around. Came back to the Chiefs. They banged it on the boot. They finally got it halfway to half forward. No one could take the mark. Over the top. Going to be a free kick, Noel.
Yep.
And it will be. And it will be going to Kempi Mackay. And he'll go back. And, well.
Have a look at this. He says, I will.
He's confident. Goes back. He's 50, maybe 55 out. big man on the mark. He's going to have to kick it a long way. Let's see what he can do. Got plenty of it. Got plenty on it. Got plenty on it. And it's went straight through the middle. What a kick from Sean Kempy Mackay. He got that from downtown, and Nauru get their first score of the day. That's a goal. And they go to 1 goal straight 6. They still trail New Zealand 5-2-32, and that was a monster kick.
Brian, he knew more than we.
He did.
He absolutely drilled it. He careened it. What a shot on! Give the ball back to him. I want to see more of him. The ruck work underway here, and the big fella goes up. That's Tatum for the Chiefs. Come on, Chiefs! Let's get it out of the centre of the ground. Get it forward if we can. I tell you what, it's not what the New Zealand Hawks want to hear, but at 5-2-32 to 1 goal straight, they're in complete control here. Helwyn not in possession, I would have thought perhaps, but no. The umpire says, play on now, give it to me, boys. It's a little bit greasy in the centre of the ground there at the moment. Players from both sides sort of suggesting, well, maybe you just pick one out and we'll get on with it. Ruck work. The big fellas fly. Neither of them get any clear touch on the footy. It's loose. It's in the middle. Body strength personified as Batsui comes through for the Chiefs. Batsui gets it to half-forward line. It's out the back. A chance for them. Can they find the handle? They cannot at the moment. The Chiefs is going to come in, and the Hawks get out of jail through the agency of one of their running players, good player too, in Will Gregson.
Ball got turned over though on half forward. Again, they come back inside. Who's going to be first there? It will be the Chiefs in Moses. He went back, couldn't get a handle on it, couldn't get it onto a teammate. The half-back, the New Zealand boys throw it out of the pack. He's been pinged.
Oh, no.
He got the handball away, and it went to a teammate, but he's been called for holding the ball, and it will be a free kick. And the Chiefs will go back and have a shot on goal from about 35 metres out.
Batsui?
And no, I think it is Oppenheimer.
Right.
Oppenheimer will take the free kick. Number 11. Got the yellow boots on. Comes in. 35 metres out, 45-degree angles, pushed it right across the goals. Oh, but taking a big mark. Was over the line, out of bounds to the full. And it will be a free kick.
50 metres too. Is he going to play it, putting the ball on the ground?
Yeah, put the ball on the ground, but I think it should have been the big ruckman. He was the one closest to the contest, but it will be a free kick, and New Zealand will take it.
Just want to go back to that free kick because I just don't believe it was there. The handball was given. It was almost way behind play. The New Zealand boys go forward with the footy. Big push. Absolutely big push in the back, and I think the free kick will go the way of the New Zealand boys, and it's going the way of Brendan Clark. Now, Clark, there's the footy, waiting for the play to open up a little bit down the ground. Now, the leader's on. It's going to carry the pack. It does. Two Nauru players spoil each other. Diving in quickly, though, is the player I've been impressed with so far in that Clink. Yep. He's had plenty of it. Jackson, the ball close to the boundary line. Now, Nauru messing around with it. Don't do it. It's fraught with danger. The ball's a hot potato as it is. Chain of handballs comes to Dixon. Dixon playing in the mid for the side, and then Clink gets the footy right forward flank into attack the Hawks.
Jackson Clink, well, he's right on 50. Well, the arc, I don't know whether it's 50, but anyway, it's the arc. And he'll go back and he'll kick from right on that arc. He's backing himself a little bit here, Jackson Clink. He's confident in the distance. Not so sure his teammates are, but he's going to come in. He runs straight at him. Gets good possessions, not going to make it. Who can take it? Oh, no one came off hands. Oh, running into an open goal, but he just fumbled at the wrong time. Was the young man there in Christensen, and through for a minor score. 5-3-33 New Zealand, 1 straight 6. The Nauru Chiefs.
Adang to do the kicking in for the Nauru boys. The Chiefs. Number 27, David. He's called to go down the centre of the ground. It might not be such a bad option because at least he'll get a bit of distance away from the player. Big leap over the back, the big fella, and big and strong he is, and that's Baker Thomas who's taken... Well, he's given the free kick. He took the mark.
What happened there?
Well, he's pulled in the back, but he took the mark. Anyway, the umpire's gone for something different. Wadabu's got the footy. He's kicked it towards centre half forward. Big leap for the defenders there.
I'll see if I can get a replay.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the way to go because it intrigued me. If you take the mark, you get the mark. The Nauru boys are out of the pack, and it's Diagrio getting it forward. Holding on. The umpire says no, earn it. He does exactly that. He gets in underneath the pack again. Strength here for the Nauru boys as they get the ball going forward.
Oppenheimer now Oppenheimer around the corner. Running back taking the mark, though. Right at the last line of the defence was Kersell for the New Zealand Hawks. Chips it out, finds a teammate. Well, that's the man that's had that much of it. He doesn't need any more today in Howison. He goes out wide, can't hit a target though. Christensen there, but it's coming back. The Chiefs go back inside forward 50. Oh, got over the back. And I think it might be, is it Oppenheimer again?
Was there a little leave it call in there, do you think?
Well, I might have been, and he might have just tricked his opposition, Ruckman, in letting it come behind, and he has taken the mark on the chest. I think
Markey.
It might be Markey.
Number 20.
It is Markey. He's kicked one already. Comes in from directly in front, 30 metres out, chips it straight over the umpire's hat, and that's through for another goal. Nauru get their second. They go to 2 straight 12, still trailing the New Zealand Hawks. 5-3, 33-0.
A little bit of respectability coming on the scoreboard, and they're earning it. They are earning it through the guts, which is really where they need to get the lift, because certainly the Hawks have been able to get the clearances really, really quickly for them. But the Nauru Chiefs earning the football now, earning a little bit of respect from their opponents, who were able to just run rampant early. But now it's a different ball game, Brian.
Ball back in the middle, knocked down by the big man in Halstead. Couldn't put anyone on the end of it. Now they work it back. Coming out wide, Halstead on the end of it this time. Got that thigh heavily strapped, but got taken out of it, and we'll get a free kick down the field, and that free kick will go to Barclay Miller. Miller, good kick inside. Oh, got it on the chest. Oh, roving it behind the pack, dribbling it along the ground and putting it through was Samuel McKenzie for the Hawks, and just a great roving position. Waited for it to come to him, and he gets his first of the afternoon. 6-3, 39 now New Zealand, 2 straight Nauru, and that was a very nice goal, Noel.
I think he understood his role there, Brian, in that contest. There's enough big blokes out there. I'll just stay on the ground, and didn't rush the shot at goal. In fact, dribbled it along the ground through for a really nice goal. So the answering quick one came for the Hawks. The Ruckman, the big boys are in there, and I can tell you what, there's some big bodies. A little paddle backwards again gives the Hawks a chance to clear. They come out to the centre wing. Clink had the football again. The kick down toward half forward. It's close to the boundary line. Will they hold possession in? Yeah, they do. Little quick hands attempted. Didn't happen to come off, though. Nauru diving in. Oh, you've got to get it out, son. You'll be held ping for holding the ball. It's gone straight back in from whence it came. The big central umpire, who's big enough to be a ruckman himself, ambles over and says, I'll throw the ball in the air. Right forward flank, and the Hawks ever so slightly into attack.
Ball knocked off the pack. Done well, Nauru working it. Little hands out the side. Didn't hit the target again. They work back in. It's going to be a free kick. It's going to go to New Zealand. And the free kick will go to Donald Brown. He'll go back inside and find a teammate there in Baker Thomas. Thomas looks out and looks for the switch across the ground. Didn't quite get there, but he stayed down there, Tepidine Thomas, and was unable to run onto the ball, forced it over the line, out of bounds to the throw-in half forward. 3
hyphenated names in a row. You did very well there, Brian. Would you say the hyphen?
Hyphens.
The hyphens are playing it between themselves. Baker Thomas, Donald Brown, and then who was the last one?
Tepidine Thomas.
Nice work. The ruck work pinged it over the back there by Baker. Don't you start that on me. The ball comes into
we got the thumbs up. No,
line.
we must have said it.
We must have said it right. We got it close.
TK.
That'll do. The ball up for grabs at centre half forward for the Hawks. The umpire, will he play a part in this? Yes, he will. And the calls for the ball up. So the Hawks setting up structurally pretty well here. They've got a couple of tools up forward and the runners underneath them, Brian.
They certainly have. Halstead up, got it there, couldn't hit anyone on the tap down. Good tackle, though. They're working hard around the packs, too, with their tackles, the Hawks, and they're not letting it out there unless they come out with it. And the umpire eventually said, give it a man, I'll ball it up.
I reckon Nauru have worked this out. They're going backwards. See the little palm backwards then? So I reckon Nauru have worked that out, and they're going to sit at the back of the pack. So the New Zealand boys need to have a look at that change of that option.
The problem is he got pinged.
He got caught having the foot. We did do a build-up for them, but it just didn't happen to come out the back. Now it's out the back. The Hawks have the opportunity. Clinker's in everything, isn't he?
Yeah,
absolute salt and pepper.
He's the colonel.
He is. Don't start, Glenn Stewart. He's absolutely in everything. Chiefs have the footy defensively. Kicking about 65 out of there if you would. If he does, but it's straight to the opposition, and the mark has been taken, Brian.
He goes forward now, kicking it inside. Oh, good cut off, but it got out the back again. Oh, dodging. That was Familio. Did he snap that around the corner? He has, and the young man has put it straight through the middle from the North City Demons, and he gets his first, and, well, New Zealand get their seventh. They go to 7-3, that's 45 now, to 2 straight 12, and that was a nice goal. He stepped out of the pack and banged it around the corner.
The kid.
Familio.
Absolutely. Not only that, he was going to get another shot because he got pushed in the back, but it went through the middle. So terrific work. Okay, and pretty good lead here by the New Zealand Hawks as we approach half-time. 7-3. 45 plays 2 goals straight 12 out of the centre of the ground. That's the sort of play we want to see. That's Wadabu gets the footy. He's been busy in the lively too, don't worry. The ball sells a little candy here. The attacking forwards for the Nauru Chiefs. I think we just want to get the ball forward. Now we've done it. It's a 1-on-3. The big fellas are back. The Nauru Chiefs have got no numbers at the front. Oh, front on crunch. They got up, both of them. That's what you want to see in the AFL Grand Final sort of temperament. Pinged. And a free kick going the way of the New Zealand Hawks. That was a grand final of a crunch. A ripper.
Baker Thomas will be the recipient for, good tackle. Come out wide. Found a teammate out there in Suku who took the mark. He looks down the ground. Goes longer, but didn't find a target. Chipping in there was Kamatatu. And Kamatatu, he was taking the mark for the Chiefs on half forward. They need to put it in and get someone to take a grab. The big man will fly. Oh, big fly. That's a good mark. And again, Baker Thomas, he's up and jumping on top of Pax and taking speckies in that last line of defence.
He's a big lad too. He's got good hands. He's got really good hands. He has a bit of a look around too, which I like in a big fella.
Very skilled.
Prepared to deliver the footy. Now, the leader's on short if they want, but no, they're going to just wait for the second option. I think that'll be toward the man who had leather poisoning earlier on. That was Howison. The ball goes in his direction, but strong mark taken for the Nauru Chiefs as they run down through the middle. The kick is on toward the vacant half-forward line. Which way will it bounce? It's bounced for the Chiefs. They just need a second handball, someone to help out, get a body in and shepherd. Didn't happen, and away run the Hawks. Through the centre of the ground, the young bloke gives it out. The kid's going to get it back again. He has. Familio got the footy. He gets it towards the half-forward flank. Don't tell me he's got the third in a row. He has not. That's been pushed out of his hands. It hits the ground. Nauru Chiefs strong in defence. Have a look at the size of the bodies, the thighs, the work that's going into it.
Free kick.
Free kick going the way of the Nauru Chiefs.
They will take it. Cross half back. And that was Adego. He goes inside, finds a teammate there in Batsu. He goes way out the other side, looking for Jeremiah, who goes to half forward but didn't hit the target. Numbers with the New Zealand Hawks, though, on a cross half back. And there's going to be a free kick, though. It's going to come back. Ooh, Oppenheimer. He's having a little to-do there with Baker Thomas.
Discussion. He
just had just a general... just a talk to see who was going to come out on top, and Oppenheimer has got the free kick, so he did come out on top.
Kicks it toward half forward. There's no whistle on play there. The ball loose. They got at the back of the pack. Very quick hands for the Hawks. See them clear the ball. Now they're going to go around the outer side boundary line. Left foot kick. It's accurate, dead accurate. The ball dropped, though. Probably too good a kick for him in the end. The ball comes back towards centre half forward. It's a dangerous spot for the Nauru Chiefs. They're not able to find the handle on the footy. It comes out wide. The young fella with the bright green boots cannot pick the ball up. He's under all sorts of pressure, thrown out of the pack. Umpire just sits there and says, hey boys, play on. No, the halftime siren has gone, Brian, and it's a good lead here to the Hawks, the New Zealand Hawks over the Nauru Chiefs, 7-3, 45. 2 straight goals, 12. Competitive game though, Brian.
Very, very competitive, Noel. They've been up and down the ground, both sides. Nauru probably just haven't been able to hit the targets as much as what the New Zealand side have they? And their bigger, taller, stronger blokes have been able to take it inside forward 50, and where they've struggled a little bit over that way. So it is... It's a very, very, very strong presence by the New Zealand Hawks. And we've been informed we'd missed a goal. And it is 8-3-51 New Zealand leading Nauru 2 straight. We'll be back with all the third quarter action right after the break. Half-time here in the final game of round 1, Division 1 in the men. Nauru Chiefs taking on New Zealand. And, well, it is New Zealand comfortably at half-time. They are 8-3-51, leading Nauru 2 straight 12. 39-point leaders. And, Noel, they've certainly moved the ball like a very professional side.
Yeah, very creative with their handball too, and more direct, I think, the Hawks. The Chiefs using handball to get out of trouble. I think the Hawks just using it to set up play. And I tell you what, though, what a magnificent concept it is. 2017 AFL International Cup. It's for a couple of weeks here in Melbourne, August 5, obviously through to 19. Just a magnificent concept. Everybody getting right behind it. And here's a game we've got in our hands where, aside from Nauru, if you don't mind, are playing the New Zealand Hawks. And they're very competitive. Probably just need to polish it up a little bit, Brian.
They certainly do. Mate. Third quarter about to get underway, and up they go. Smith tries to knock it out there, but Nauru banging on the boot through Waiburu and put it inside forward 50, but it's turned over. And again, the Hawks from fullback, they go bang it out wide. Can't take the mark, front and square. Nauru work it. Quick kick forward again. Who's going to stand underneath it? Ball came off the back. They've got the numbers behind. Well done, though, New Zealand. Oh. Dashing through and long kick to centre half forward. Oh, he's put off his own player. Ball hit the ground. Nauru bang it back to half forward again.
Johnson it was who belted through from half back to a vacant half forward line. Interesting to note, Brian, the lights are on. The lights are on. Free kick, is it going to be 50 metres? No, it's gone just to the wrong player.
Howison.
Guess who? Yes, he's got it, Howison. Now, he's normally a very, very good user of the footy. Howison waits. He's decided to go long. There's nobody on the mark. They've come in from the side. Now Howison unloads to half forward. Player getting back. Gutsy effort too. In underneath the pack there was from Mallow. It was Leet. Leet in underneath it. The ball in contention. And the umpire says, hey, boys, give it to me. And we'll ball it up. Just outside the 50-metre square here, the Hawks, the New Zealand Hawks, into attack ever so slightly. Oh, a bit of tunnelling going on, but the umpire allows it to go. Soccer out of the ground for the Nauru Chiefs. Sees the ball wide. Not so handsome, though.
Baker Thomas, didn't quite get the handball. Went to, did a fresh airy, but Howison again chipped it just over the top. Who can they get it? Oh, big crunchy hip and shoulder. But again, the young man in Howison runs onto it, kicks it inside forward 50, bouncing ball. Nauru trying to take possession, can't. Umpire just oscillating around the park. He says, give it to me, Noel, and I'll ball it up inside the forward 50.
Are there two balls? Has Howison brought his own? I just want to do a quick check on that.
Yeah, I think he has. He's been very, very good.
The ruck work takes away of the Hawks here, and the big fella coming through was Miller. Barclay Miller, who kicked a goal earlier on, did the ball wide, sets it up for his teammates, but again, a big pack developed. There's a little bit of feeling, a little bit of pressure building here.
Colonel Clink's off the ground, though.
Well, he's warming up in front of us here,
just
too.
Just worried about he's not back on there.
Jackson, goal kicker, too. And what a goal it was, too, don't you worry. You can tell them about it later in the pub. From the ruck work, the ball, nobody able to get it out clearly. Oh. Look out, it's been smothered up the ball. It's come back towards centre half forward. Get Clinky on. I want to see him out there kicking goals. The big fella's got the ball at half forward, unloads with the left boot. It's off the line. Brian, is it still in?
It's gone through, I think.
The goal umpire gets across and says minor score. Says a minor score goes on the board. And it's gone through for just the 1 point for the New Zealand Hawks. So Nauru to bring the ball back into play. Nauru. They kick it long with the drop punt, sets it up, gives the opposition a good look at it though. They've got the numbers here, Nauru. They're off, they're running. Take a bounce, son. Take another one if you want to. He decides no, discretion's the better part of you know what. And he kicks it home. Oh, what a mark! Nauru have changed. Moses. Dontanello Moses has pulled in a mark he didn't know he had and went past him. It's like a yo-yo string. It's almost come back to him. Donatello Moses is going back into yesterday. He's gone back that far on the mark.
Got the white boots, Noel. I'm backing him.
Call it through, Blind. Call it through for us, mate.
Yes. Up and under. Distance, not a problem. Accuracy is, though.
Off the mile. Minor score goes on the board.
First minor for the Nauru Chiefs. And, well, I've just been informed it's not clink, it's clinch.
Clinch. Okay.
We got it wrong. We tried, but you didn't get it right. Ball back in. Howison couldn't get it. Now Nauru got the tackle. Well done. They work it now, the Hawks. They work it out half-back, across the defensive 50, and eventually over the line, out of bounds there in front of Suku.
He's not getting out of it that easy,
No,
Brian.
he's not.
So forget Colonel. It's now tight in the clinches.
He's doing well.
Absolutely.
He's been very good. And he's about to come back on.
The light towers are in operation. The ball thrown back in. The big blonde fella in Ty Smith does the ruck work.
Oh, beautiful.
Beautiful work down to Tipini Thomas, who's got the footy on the outside. Well, that's got to be close. The ball over the line and out of bounds. The New Zealand boys look around and say, what did you just call him? We'll go with the hyphen.
Tippinen Thomas.
The hyphen.
Tippinen Thomas. Yeah, we got the thumbs up with that one. We're going. Yeah, we're getting critiqued from the boundary line as they come through Nauru, and a big long kick there by Grundler. He puts it to the top of the square. No one can take the mark. Again, front and square. They work hard. A little one out. Moses steps through. Got tackled. Pinged. Being too much played on. Threw it up. No. He said he got rid of it. The umpire must have thought he'd got rid of it. And said, give it to me, and I'm going to ball it up about 30 metres out. Good work, though, up there. A good palm out, but it's going to come back. Well, the Nauru, big handball. Too hard for Depoon. And eventually the umpire said, give it to me, and I'm going to ball it up.
Right idea, just probably wrong application. It was just too hard a handball.
Try to drill it through to him.
Yeah, soft hands would have been better. The ball scooped beautifully out of the pack, and a lovely little a look-away handball by Howison. Sets up his teammates to run through the centre of the ground. The kick, a shocker, an absolute shocker. The Nauru defence standing tall here. And Agadio now, he's got the free kick. There's a whistle on play from the umpire down the ground. Blood rule.
Yes, it is. Blood
rule. And is it, I think it might be Howison who's coming off. Cop one above the eye. And Howison, now the player's allowed to continue on, which is interesting for the blood rule. But there you are. The New Zealand Hawks have got the ball toward half forward. The Nauru boys, half back, the Nauru boys are tackling. And I'd suggest you are right, Brian. He is G-O-R-N, gone. Yeah.
Yes, just a little bit too much. Now the switch is on. Suku goes across the ground. Taking him on. The big fella bangs it on the boot. Cassell put it to half. Buckley Miller. What a screamer. Takes it. Goes out wide. Hits the target. Good one over the back there. Beatty ran onto it. Can't hit the target this time. A little bit of volleyball there by the Nauru Chiefs in Cam. He couldn't get it to it. Well, it will be. And it'll be a free kick. And it's going to go back to the New Zealand Hawks, about 45 metres out, directly in front, and it's Beatty who will go back and have the shot on goal.
Liam from Uni Blues is going back. He's going to kick in. Well, the man of the mark's probably on 48, so he's going to kick from about 52.
Well, I reckon those arcs may be just a little short, Noel, but I'll go with you. Fit right on 50 then. He bangs it towards the top of the square. Did it get through? No one touched it.
Yes,
it did. Through for a minor score, 8-4-52. Now New Zealand and Nauru 2-1-13, and got there, but just not quite enough.
The tease was on. The kick short toward the back pocket area. Been watching a bit of AFL, these boys, using the man in the back pocket. You know what the problem with that is? The next kick has to be a really good one or a big, strong mark. The kick is high, wide, not so handsome. It's come off the hands of the pack. Nauru are out. They've got to run. Bang, crash, opera. Coming through the middle, it's Cam with the footy. Lovely long disposal down. Good use of the body. Numbers here for Nauru if they can get a hold of it. They can't. Strength personified by Suku allows the New Zealand Hawks to clear once again.
Johnson kicks it to half forward, running onto it and working it out wide to Familio. And the young man takes the mark. Again, just goes back and gives it off. The 1-2, gets it back, runs to 45. Just can't steady, but maybe luck's a fortune. Didn't quite happen for Barclay Miller. It came off his chest. He got a hell of a surprise.
Advantage play.
An advantage play, turnover. Nauru come out of defence.
They do. They kick toward the vacant centre wing. Vacant so far as Nauru chief players are concerned, but plenty of Hawks in there for the New Zealand side. The ball kicked into the centre of the ground. Well, they've called a trip. It's going to go the way of the big fella, the big boy for the New Zealand side. James Cusell. Pink, orange, green, you name them. They're all here today. I tell you what, The ball smothered. Play on is the call. The umpire steps back, gives the players room. Nobody can stand up. It's a little bit greasy around that half-forward line, but the Nauru boys pick it up and just go bang to centre half-forward. But I guess what, Brian? The big fella's there.
Halstead just studies ground. The New Zealand ruckman gave it out wide to Johnson. The long-haired Johnson goes down the line. Didn't hit the target, though. Turnover, and Nauru will be coming back from there. Little chip over the top and finding there Moses. Moses with the white boots, centre wing, probably just defensive side. Gets on that left boot, looks for the long one inside forward 50. Does. Oh, hit Baker Thomas on the chest, bounced off there. Picked up there by the big ruckman for Nauru. Can't get it out of the pack. And bending down there, the young man Hink. He picks it up for New Zealand, chips it back and finds a teammate back there in Boyce, who takes the mark and kicks it out wide and finds his teammate there and tip it in, Thomas.
It's almost like the Chiefs are one short in the forward line. They get the ball to half forward and then there's 2 or 3 New Zealand Hawks back, but that's good coaching. There are plenty of drills gone in there and I'm sure they've worked it out nicely. They've got the numbers and again the Hawks, the New Zealand boys square it up. They bring it inboard, risky, but I tell you what, the clincher has the footy, gives it over quickly. The running player beside him getting down the ground was Mackenzie. Mackenzie kicks it down, a lovely mark taken, and the big weight hand signal comes out from Brendan Clark. Brian, that's a lovely mark from a forward.
He is a very, very big man, and he came out and took that fair smack on the chest, and straight away said, boys, don't worry, I'll go back, I'll take the responsibility, I'll kick this goal.
No pressure, Brian,
no
but
pressure
I tell
on.
you what.
Well, right on the line. They've knocked it back into Nauru. They've kept it alive. Now they kick it out. Banged it towards half forward, but a turnover again. Beattie goes to the top of the square. Barclay. Well, the big man there in Barclay Miller takes the mark. Very, very tight angle. Plays on quickly. Got a teammate. Oh, didn't quite get there. Turnover again. Nauru, they run it from half back. Oh, good tackle though. Putting the pressure on. Didn't quite get it out. Now they have to bend. Little hands up. Good work. Little dive defence. Well done. And they run it and they'll kick it outside defensive 50.
Prepared to sell a little bit of candy down there, the Nauru Chiefs defenders. Risky, but a risk and reward. We've said it a number of times. A kick, lovely. Just not quite weighted enough. And again, the New Zealand Hawks have the opportunity here just to get a little bit of a sigh of relief happening because the pressure is starting to build. The ball goes back from whence it came into the middle of the ground. Another of the big boys, the strong marking boys in Brandon Suku has the footy. Goes short, lowered the eyes, dropped what he should have taken was Leet. Leet has the footy on the outer side. He said, give it me back. I want to try and redeem myself. Look at the long raking handball here for the New Zealand side, running through players from all sides. The chance for them to get square. They wait, they settle. The shot on goal was by Beattie, I think it was.
Yep.
Missed it. A minor score goes on the board, Brian. 8-5 plays 2-1. The New Zealand Hawks in front.
Well, they certainly at the moment. It's a 40-point lead, and they go long, deep inside and outside forward 50. They get it out there, Nauru. They flick it around as the darkness just starts to set over the ground, Noel, and it's the light has just started to disappear. Inside the forward 50 again, the Hawk, but good strong mark up over the back there was a Danang and played on quickly for Nauru. Coming just onto the ground, and the big fella there in Baker Thomas takes an easy mark right, walked out through the gates and then marked it on his chest, the big fella.
Scripted.
Yep, it was. He went straight down the line, got the numbers there. Oh, Clinch couldn't take it, came to Beattie. Beattie gave it off to the running Rattenborough. He kicked it long and went bang and put it straight through. And David Rattenborough gets his first of the afternoon. New Zealand get their ninth. They go to 9-6-60. They lead Nauru 2-1-13, and that was a very nice goal.
I tell you what, not to be confused with the fella that has the nature show on TV. That was David Rattenborough, not Attenborough. So David Rattenborough, a lovely long raking goal. He might be related to David Attenborough, I don't know. But it's certainly got an R on it, and well done. Lovely little combination on the way through too. So well done. The New Zealand Hawks get another one. 9 goals 6 to 2 goals 1. 60 plays 13. We're into the third quarter.
Ball back in the middle. Yeah, right. The score has been confirmed. I had a little man go out there and have a look. Ball in Beattie's hand. Couldn't there. Christian couldn't quite get it out of the pack. And eventually, he said, umpire said, give it to me, and I'll ball it back up. The big fella there in Cassell Tried to get the knockdown. Nauru, though, turn it over. They take it. Running back. He stopped. He propped. He went back, gave it to his teammate. Then it got smothered off the boot. They put it through the middle of the ground. Off the ground, though. Well done, the defence. He ran, batted it up, picked it up, banged it on the boot. But Johnson for the Hawks will take the mark there for New Zealand. Play on and kick it to centre wing.
Tell you what, some really good passages of play here for Nauru. They just can't get the result at the other end. You'll see some really good tackles, some lovely marks, some good delivery of the footy, and then they just drop away, and it just doesn't quite happen for them on the scoreboard. But tell you what, they can hold their heads high here, the Nauru Chiefs. They're going really well against a pretty well-drilled combination in the New Zealand Hawks. The kick. Well, he went for a barrel, but it didn't happen that way. The ball, almost a one-hander, pulled in, but didn't happen. Now the Nauru Chiefs under pressure because the Hawks get out the back door again. You're gone! Lovely tackle play as the ball squirts out of the pack. The Chiefs are underway again. They can find the footy. Gee, strong through the hips, this fella, because he's still got the ball in front, goes over the line and out of bounds. He was not going to get shifted off the ball.
No, he is strong, head down, just burrowing in, but couldn't get a handle on the ball. That's the problem. And Dagario, who then takes it. Good work. Beatty front and square, took the ruck, got it to centre wing, got over the back. Who's there? Little palm over the top. Good work. And then a handball over the back there by the big man in Clark. Gave it to his teammate. They went 1-2, couldn't get it. Now they have to go back. Good work. Long, Rattenborough. He goes in and kicks it towards a leading player. They can't get it. Good tackle. Turnover and possession. Advantage paid. Missed the goal, though. Oh, no. As Donald Brown ran into an open goal, tried to kick it along the ground, and it just squiffed off the side of the boot and through for a minor score.
The Nauru Chiefs have the opportunity to clear now. They've got players loose in the centre of the ground, but that was a terrible kick. Woeful kick. And, the New Zealand Hawks just step in and take yet another mark. And Liam Beattie, gee, I've been impressed. He gets a lot of the footy as well, doesn't he, Beattie?
He certainly does. He's
going to give the handball over on this occasion, trying to build the stats for Will Gregson. Will Gregson unloads to the forward. Pocket up, big leaped for the New Zealand Hawks, and it's been taken. What a magnificent grab as the big fella in Barclay Miller. Brian, I know you've been impressed with him.
I have. He leads hard at it and runs and jumps. He's got that big leap. Nearly as big as leap as Ty Smith, who jumps in the ruck. But the big fella down there, he's the goal kicker, though.
He wants it, doesn't he?
He does.
Shot on goal. And the goal umpire walks back to the middle. And the big fella brings up his second goal. Barclay Miller has, it's a bit of a rampage at the moment for the New Zealand Hawks. 10-7, 67. The Nauru Chiefs 2-1, 13.
They've just been constant all day, haven't they? Right from the word go. They've been on top. They're big. They're strong. But the way they use the ball and they run and carry, they've been the better side for most of the for all of this afternoon anyway. Round one of the International Cup. Good tap down. Beatty nearly on the end of it again from Holstead. Couldn't get it. Banged it back though. Nauru put it there. Big punch away. There came from Gregson from New Zealand. Punched it. He's got 45 metres out of that. It's gone from one side of the ground to the other and over the line out of bounds for a throw in just outside the arc of 50.
Just about had to call time off to wait for it to be found, I think, over there. It was a magnificent thump away. Boundary umpire to bring the ball back in. Lights on, as we've mentioned already. And the one thing we didn't mention, of course, was the three-quarter time siren. It's just happened in the background. 10 goals, 7, 67 plays, 13. And the New Zealand Hawks, Brian, at three-quarter time, had this game pretty comfortably in their own quarter.
Well, they certainly did. And once again, from half-back, they've been able to run and carry the ball. And they really did push it through and get it from end to end. They worked very, very well, the Hawks. And, well, They've dominated in the middle of the ground, Noel. That's where they've been able to get it out of there quickly and get it inside their forward 50.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's rebound footy for the Chiefs. And as I mentioned just prior to the break, they're getting a fair bit of it. They can work the ball nicely, but it's just that third or maybe fourth possession where they fall away. You have a look at it. New Zealand, conversely, they just snap the ball and it results in goal. So big lead at the moment. 67 plays, 13. What's that? 54
points.
Lead.
54 points, as Noel said, at three-quarter time. And we'll be back with all the action in the final quarter. Three-quarter time here, the final game of round one. Nauru Chiefs taking on the New Zealand Hawks. And, the New Zealand Hawks lead by 54 points, Noel. And they've been very impressive in the way they've gone about it.
On my word. Now, I didn't see much of the other Div 1 games.
I have seen quite a bit of Div 1 today, and this has been the most impressive I've seen.
Okay, there we go. So, Div 1, stand by. You're on notice because the New Zealand Hawks are here to play. The umpire holds the ball aloft. And, Brian, we can go straight into this final quarter as we see the New Zealand Hawks and the Nauru Chiefs take on the last 17 and a half minutes. A little bit of hustle and bustle in the centre. Free kick against the New Zealand side.
Or something.
No, he might have crossed the line, did he? The free kick going away with the Nauru Hawks in the centre of the ground. The big fella, the captain in Depolini, has the footy.
It's
going back the other way. Well, the umpire
change
ran
over.
The umpire ran that way.
He did. He forgot that they changed sides at three-quarter time.
Ty Smith then to take the kick for here, the New Zealand Hawks. Ty kicking uphill, going to go straight up the guts, and that's the best way. It's the shortest way. Big leap over the top, not forthcoming so far as the mark is concerned, and that was by the big fella there in Barclay Miller. He's kicked a couple of goals. The Nauru player stayed on the ground and read it slightly better. The ball up at the true centre half-back position.
Smith gets the tap back, couldn't put anyone on it though. Nauru read it better, got it to the middle of the ground. Now they run and carry, a little handball over the top there to Batsu. He was able to get it inside. 450, couldn't take the mark front and square though. Johnson picks it up for the Hawks. He gives it off to a teammate. He's put under plenty of tackle, under plenty of pressure there in Tipinan Thomas, and there will be a ball up on half forward for the Nauru Chiefs.
Been a magnificent crowd here today, Brian.
Yep.
Probably faded a little bit here along with the light, but having said that, it's been a fantastic day. Two Nauru players collide. Hey, don't wait, don't worry, just get the ball and go. Look at the shot on goal out of the centre. It's gone across, and that was Batsui, was it?
No, Oppenheimer.
Yeah. Wow. Courageous. Didn't worry about the crunch. Just kept going. Ball over the line, out of bounds. Forward pocket left for the Nauru Chiefs.
Well, they've got it deep inside. They're a chance to score if they can control themselves. Smith was up high for New Zealand. Got it down to his teammate there in Donald Brown. But it's been kicked around the corner. Went through for a minor score. And that will be their second minor there at Nauru. 2-2-14. Trailing New Zealand 10-7-67.
The New Zealand Brains Trust having a bit of a discussion about rotations, I think, at the moment. Just try and give everybody a bit of a gallop on the park. And the Nauru Chiefs, are scratching their head down there, trying to work out how we get it past centre half forward. The kick in for the Hawks, the New Zealand boys. I really like their structure. They've got a nice mix of bigs and runners, and they've used them beautifully. That kick, just too good, way too good. Carried the pack, and over the back, the mark taken by Ura for the Chiefs. Now, he needs some movement. None forthcoming at the moment. Kicks bright yellow boots. You can't miss them. The big leap on down at centre half forward. Bit of volleyball tap.
Throw.
He's called it a throw.
Yep, double-handed.
Two-handed push. And the Nauru boys will get a free kick. Perhaps Tatum. Is it? No, struggling to see that.
Harris,
might be Harris. Yoshi Harris. Yep, number 28. He's the big boy. He's having a bit of a look.
Yeah, he's having a look, and it's, the ruckman's standing on the mark, right on the arc. He's probably, he might be 2 foot outside it, so he's going to have to be a fair kick from there to put it through, Noel.
I'm backing him.
You're going to back him? You call it through.
Go. Come on, Yoshi Harris. Unload, son. The kick. Well, if he'd gone as far as it did high, we would have been a chance. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. It's come off the hands of the Packets close to the outer side boundary line. In fact, now over as Tipini Thomas, playing in the midfield, sees it over the line and out of bounds. Pete impressed. He's been a good player.
He has been a very good player. Deep into the forward pocket, though, for Nauru. They've had it down there a fair bit of time in this final quarter, but haven't been able to trouble the scorer as yet. Smith was up high, coming through the back there were the Hawks. They kick it out. No one can pick it up, though. Still no handle on it. Ball came out, bobbling out of the back of the pack. Now along the ground. They tried to handball it. There's really no clean possessions. A little kick there by Tippinan Thomas. He got it back, but it's coming back inside Nauru's forward line. Trying to burst through the pack. They can't do it. Now, New Zealand take it. They bang it on the boot and try and get outside forward 50, but But standing there and taking the mark was that man again, I think, in Yoshi Harris.
Harris from the outer side forward flank area, and as is normal when it's dark and late and you can hardly see them with all the players on the outer side, the ball gets very close to, in fact, now over the line and out of bounds. The ball just wobbling around a little bit there. I think the players starting to feel the pinch a bit, Brian. That was frenetic early, especially from the New Zealand Hawks.
Well, it was. They were really running up and down the ground and putting plenty of pressure on. Now it's probably the rotations haven't been. Had a couple of guys, holding, and will be a free kick to the Hawks.
Ty Smith.
As Howison, we see back on the bench, has that eye strapped up big, but there's going to be a free kick. It's going to be a turnover, and it will be
Dima.
Dima will come in and have a shot on goal. It was a good mark.
Another teenager.
Yes.
A young fella, 18 years of age.
Got a couple of young kids out there.
Yeah, absolutely. Good to see.
As he comes in, we're right behind this. He is direct, waits, gets on the move, left footer, comes in, very, very straight. It's moving across, but it's through. He's put that through, and they get their third, and he gets his first. And the Nauru Chiefs go to 3-2-20. They still trail New Zealand 10-7-67.
Andrew Howson back on the ground. I'll tell you what, he's got more tape on him than you would ever want to take off. For those that had to take tape off, you'll know what I mean, because it's going to be a big job. He's back on the ground, the ball magnet. Andrew Howson, the captain for the New Zealand Hawks. He's back in the middle. Now the half-forward line loading up a little bit so far as size is concerned for the Hawks. Nauru Chiefs undersized so far as height, but not body strength. Smith gets the ruck work down, a lovely little palm down. Tackled high, I would have thought Donald Brown. He was exactly that, and the ball goes to his free kick. It's gone out wide. Big punch away gives a chance for the running players off the half-forward back. Now they come through for the Hawks. They have got the ball in front of him. Lovely running football. Dropped the knacker, though, the young fella there in Famalio, and he's been penalised. The free kick going the way of the Nauru Chiefs defence, and they will want to unload long with the football, I would think. Get it down the ground, Brian.
Yeah, they will from half back. Familio got the smother in. Now the ball off the ground. He's banged it out so wide. Lucks of fortune, someone's there. Now in dispute. They're all picking it up and bursting away, but there's going to be a free kick. It's going to go to the Hawks in New Zealand, and it will go all the way back, and they'll take it from the far side as they line up centre wing, and they'll drive it inside forward 50. That is a magnificent kick. Nearly got over the back, but they've got the numbers front and square, Nauru. They're working hard. Familio goes over to put some pressure on for the Hawks, but it's forced over the line out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in about 40 metres around from the New Zealand goal.
The big fella in Ty Smith sprinted from the centre to full forward, expecting the second opportunity perhaps to come his way. Didn't happen. He's done the right thing. He's gone back now to form the line. The boundary umpire throws the ball in. Didn't carry very far, so neither of the ruckmen were able to find any purchase on it. And quick hands out of the pack by Famalio gives it out the chance out to the ball magnet, the man with the tape in the Howison, who gives a quick hands over. The long shot on goal. The goal umpire goes across. Taps himself on the shoulder, says minor score, boys. 10-8-68. New Zealand Nauru 3-2-20.
All right, what can the Chiefs do from full-back? They go straight down the middle of the ground. One-on-one contest. No one can take the mark. Little toe poke, tapping around, and the ball came out. Trying to get himself out of the tackle there was Cunliffe. He was unable to do that, and the umpire said, give it to me, and I'll ball it back up at centre half forward.
The ruckman to do the job here. Can they find their way? No. The ball picked up by Howson. Howson's got the footy. Comes around on the right boot. Delivers lace out. Lovely mark taken down the ground by Brendan Clark. He's been a goal kicker. He's got one on the board already. The kick comes across. Nobody can pick it up cleanly. The umpire says, give it to me, boys. We're into the final quarter of the final game here for the 2017 AFL International Cup. And it's between the New Zealand Hawks and the Nauru Chiefs.
Ball thrown up, come out the back, standing, delivering. Couldn't quite get it online though. And that was Dickinson. And across the face and through for another minor score. New Zealand, 10-9-69, 3-2-20 Nauru. And, they've got it inside. Again, can Nauru get it out from fullback? It is getting quite dark here at the moment. Big mark. No one can take it. Christensen was front and square for New Zealand. Tackled his opponent when he didn't have the ball, and it will be a free kick. Advantage paid. Nauru go down there. Oppenheimer stood underneath it, couldn't take the mark. Ball picked up, though, by the big fella there in Kursell. He kicked it to half forward. Handball's inside. 1-2, back over the top. Didn't hit the target. Poor old Tippin Thomas was on the end of it, but couldn't. Familiar gave it back there to the big man again. Kursell banged it from 55 metres out and banged it through. James Kursell has kicked his second, and they get their 11th. New Zealand 11-9-75, lead Nauru 3-2-20.
We've seen that a couple of times from certainly the bigger players for the New Zealand Hawks. If they're in any doubt whatsoever, they're just going to unload, and that's exactly what happened on that occasion. The goal square was wide open, and James Kursell, as Brian just said, brought up his second goal.
Inside the square, Noel. He let that go.
Absolutely. Bang. Magnificent kick, uphill the whole lot. The ruck people are setting themselves up here. The ruckman, Wadabu, goes up, but he's not able to find the handle on the footy. It comes the way of the New Zealand Hawks. They get the clearance, and again, the man with the footy is Howison. He kicks toward half forward. Yours is the call, but it wasn't able to be marked. Nauru in the van. They pick the ball up, not able to get it clear. Soccer off the ground. Down the ground come the Nauru defenders. Gets the kick out wide. He was right in the teeth of goal. Now, is it going to sit? It does. Lovely little handball over the back by Tippini Thomas. Puts his teammate to advantage. And one of the two big fellas, well, they could have raffled it out there for the New Zealand Hawks. And, in fact, they've taken the mark. True centre-half forward position, Brian.
Yep. Donald Brown. Donald L. Brown has taken the mark.
Hello, Donald Brown.
He, the big fella there in Kursell was coming in, but he just checked it, looked up, saw that his teammate was going to take the mark, and he's done that. He's kicked it from 45. He's punched the air, and Donald Brown gets his first, and, New Zealand get their 12th. They go to 12-9-81. They lead Nauru 3-2-20, and that was a very nice kick, Don.
Brian, your transport home is just arriving. The big helicopter?
That'd be better than a 4-hour drive.
That's exactly. Tell me about it. Hey, we've got 12 goals or thereabouts on the board and 10 separate goal kickers for the New Zealand Hawks.
So they've spread it around.
Oh, yeah. And they've been well coached in that regard too. I think giving everybody a bit of a chance to have a run on the footy. So, again, an opportunity here for the clearance. Let's just have a little bit of a look at the back of the pack here and see how he goes. That's Howison. They're trying to tag him a bit, I think. Got the little arm around, but it's not working at the moment. Howison gives a little shove. Now, the ball's there to be won. I think the umpire's going to have to officiate here. He does. He steps in, says, give it to me, boys. Now, Brian, in junior footy, they've got a mercy rule. I don't know if we have.
We're not going to imply that just quite yet.
No, we're not. It's senior footy. Let's get underway. The Hawks have the footy in front of them, but now it's Nauru. Sells a bit of candy. Gets out. Uses the left boot. Beautiful delivery. Come on, boys. Set up. Use it. Oppenheimer with the footy. The lead is on. Yours, he says. I can hear the call from here. And a lovely mark taken by down the ground now. It's Dima. He's going to have a shot. He's got the left foot primed. He sells it. Candy gets in underneath. Dima for the goal of the day. Misses, Brian, to the left-hand side. Dima, the 18-year-old, kicked one earlier on, but a minor score goes on the board. 3-3-21, plays 12-9-81.
Ball brought back in quickly, got over the back of the pack, but it's going to be too close to the boundary line and be thrown in on half-back for the New Zealand Hawks as Kursell gets himself set. Over the back, Oppenheimer is the ruckman that's short. The ball's come in a long way over the back. Who can win the tap? Trying to attack it and go and then burst his way through there was Wabu. He got it out, though, to Oppenheimer. He burst away from the pack, dodged one, went around two, tried to give the handball away, couldn't give it to anybody, dropped the ball nearly. No penalty. Umpire said play on. Ball got forced out, punched in the air, back towards the goal. Someone's going to kick it off the line. Was he through? Or is it a goal? I'm not quite sure. It was close. I think it was through, and it is 1 score to the Nauru Chiefs. They go to 3-4-22, and they trail New Zealand 12-9-81. I think he might have been just over the line when he got boot to ball.
I love the way Oppenheimer took the game and took on his opponents. Fantastic to see. Let's have a bit more of that. The ball to be kicked straight into the play. Lovely long raking drop punt. It's carried the pack out the back. Nobody can find it quickly. The Nauru boys apply the tackle. The umpire says, boys, give it to me, and I will throw the ball in the air for you. Central umpires, in fact all umpires today, done a fantastic job. Obviously donating their time. It's been terrific. Goal umpires, boundary centrals, they've really done a terrific job. The ball punched clear, a chance for Nauru, slipped at the crucial moment. Numbers here favour Nauru though. It's 4-on-2. Can they get a little bit of assistance? They can. Just give the handball out the back of the pack. Hasn't got the footy for mine. Play on as the call, though. A chance here for the Hawks, Brian, as they come toward the half-forward flank. The ball in front.
Pushing it in front. The Christensen made it there. Johnson picked it up, kicked it back towards centre half forward, but it's been cut off across half back by the Nauru defence. And taking that mark and playing on was Agar. He has been called, and a 25-metre penalty will be implied.
Yes.
As we have 25 metres here, not 50. And it'll come back, and it'll be a free kick. And Hougang chipped it over the top. They do. Finds another teammate there in Diagro. He goes long, top of the square. Who can take the mark? Big sideways punch there from Rattenborough. He came in through the side. Yeah, great tackle.
Oh,
Height's height.
Yep.
It's going to be a free kick. And it will be the Hawks in the last line of defence.
They go toward the outer side. The crowd over there staying to watch the game, which is fantastic. The ball loose, up for discussion, if you like, at centre half. Now a chance for Nauru. Pick the ball up. Shrugs a little bit of don't argue too, if you don't mind. The shot off the left boot. Big boys in the forward pocket and back pocket contest the footy. Little greasy down there. He's got his footing again. Gets through the middle of the pack. Brian, who kicked that? Was it? Let me have a look. Was it Markey?
Number 20.
20, I think it might have been.
He's got his third.
It might have scored. Has he gone for the goals? He has. He brings up his third. That was great play by Markey. Slipped, got back up, swung the boot, and the goal resulted. So the extra goal goes on the board. 12-9-81 New Zealand. Nauru 4-4-28.
Their ability to recover from the slip over and falling over on the ground has been absolutely sensational, the Nauru players.
Yeah.
And he was very quick up there, Markey. The big man up there is Smith, coming and bursting through the pack, running through there was Diago. He went to the top of the square, and a big mark is taken again, and Nauru will get two in a row. And that man again in Markey takes a very, very strong mark. 10 metres out, directly in front, and chips it straight over the top and straight through the middle for his fourth.
Isn't it an easy game, Brian?
It certainly is. 5-4-34 Nauru. They still trail New Zealand 12-9-81.
Out of the centre, long kick, big mark by the
bursting through the pack.
Gun full forward, and he's kicked 4. It's an easy game, I tell you what. Not
They'd
really.
have done that earlier. Would have been a bit of game on.
Would have, could have, the old should have. Didn't quite happen that way.
No, New Zealand been too good.
Back in the centre, the ruckman do battle once again, and as he's done all day, basically. The big fella in Ty Smith gets it out, but it's a free kick going the way of the Nauru boys, and that's to Wadabu. Been impressed. He's been all right. Wadabu.
There it is.
The siren blares, Brian. You tell us all about it.
Well, that's the final score here this afternoon. It is New Zealand at 12-9-81. Defeating Nauru 5-4-34. Kicking the goals for the Nauru Chiefs was Markey. He had 4 and 1 to Domira. And for New Zealand, 1 to Familio, 1 to Mackenzie, 1 to Donnell Brown, 1 to Clinch and Rattenborough, 2 to Big Bradley Barclay Miller, a single to Benjamin Hick, and 1 to Brendan Clark, and 2 to the big man in Kersal. That wraps it up here at, this afternoon from Rattenborough Oval, and that is the final game. It has been a big day, Noel. Massive day. 3 ovals running through all day, and the final go here at the Ransford Oval was New Zealand and Nauru, with New Zealand getting up and, quite comfortably in the end. And again, from here, Noel, there's some games up in the country.
Yep.
Then next week, there's a couple of games back down here. And the finals then will be all played on the Friday, with the grand final played on the Saturday the 19th. So if you want to see any of those games, go on to the International Cup, search that. You'll find it on the AFL website. All the games will be up there, and you can watch them and watch all the replays right through the week. My name's Brian Mansbridge, Noel Watson with me here, and we thank you for listening in this afternoon, and well done to all the people that put this together today on the International Cup 17.